Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing on this fine occasion? Alright, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we basically talk about whatever we want. And today I actually kind of want to do a breakdown of Amberlynn Reid. A little bit. We're going to be looking at just a compilation of her being obsessed with food. But to drive some points, to kind of preface who Amberlynn Reid is, she's basically like a weight loss YouTuber who does not actually have a weight loss channel. To kind of break her down a little bit, she has a massive history on YouTube about crazy girlfriend stories. She has a lot of controversy, a lot of drama to her and her channel. She doesn't really lose weight, or she hasn't in the past. I haven't looked into this in like years. But this is just a compilation that I found a day ago that showed up on my feed. So I figured we'll just like look at it, break it down a little bit. And kind of also points out the problem that I have with some of these reaction channels or these compilation channels as well. To preface this person already puts the disclaimer. This is a heavily edited video. Clips were edited to add comedy, commentary, and educational value. This is all for fun and jokes. Please do not hate on anyone. This is not to be taken seriously. Please enjoy. That kind of thing. They have to put something like this as a disclaimer. They could obviously be trying not to show that they're trying to quote-unquote bully people online. And listen, sometimes I think that if you have a channel online, you are open to any kind of public scrutiny. That's just my opinion. I think we should all be able to judge as brutally as we want, as long as it isn't a call to violence or, you know, some kind of craziness, doxing, crazy stuff like that. But saying that, YouTube has various rules that are anti-bullying, so a lot of these channels get taken down pretty easily. Now, when I say this, though, I do think that sometimes it's kind of warranted. I've seen some pretty brutal compilations that are basically like, one, they take clips out of context. Some of them do call people to go to, you know, the channel and bother them and make fun of them, that, you know, they deserve it. And at the end of the day, just doesn't work out very well. Whether you believe it or not, just doesn't work out very well. So today we're just going to be breaking down some of these videos. Pardon me looking like trash, the typical. I just got out of bed and I have to go to work in an hour and a half. So let's do this. And yeah, let's just get to it, my people.
I wore the wrong shoes. I'm wearing the wrong shoes. Baby butt soft feet. I'm wearing the wrong shoes. I'm wearing the totally wrong shoes. Jump. I am over 500 pounds. I wear flats.
Amberlynn Reid being obsessed with food for 8 minutes straight.
Hey guys! Okay, so we have like a camera woman in the back scene here.
I'm starving.
So if it's like weird looking,
Hey, my fault.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Let's go move a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the edits already. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's like overstimulation 911 mode. I don't know about you guys, but I freaking hate like YouTube poop-esque type videos. I know that like they're popular. I know they're funny in the eyes of some, but they stress me the fuck out so much. They're just so obnoxious and annoying.
so this has been requested. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate in this video. I get a lot of hate in all my videos, so it's kind of just something I'm used to, I guess.
Boring.
This is the other thing I don't understand, is if you're in a situation where you, like, get all this hate in your videos and you're just getting bullied online, just don't post or suck it up and quit complaining. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit more brutal in that regard, where it's like, okay, if people are gonna judge you, they're gonna judge you no matter what. But you gotta suck it up or just get off the internet. That's my opinion. I mean, like, I got a really 2008 view of YouTube and the internet, where it's like, there's a point where you just gotta deal with it. Just deal with it.
And then I got a veggie sandwich. Literally just has veggies.
We really believe you.
I gave it 2 chips, although I asked for an apple, but that's okay.
A few minutes later.
I like the crunch of it. It's so good. Oh my god, what is that?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Huh?
Okay, so basically the insinuation here is that she got the wrong sandwich, and whether she got it legitimately or not, she's acting very overly shocked with the sandwich, but she still eats it. This is the thing I don't understand, is I've seen this clip. I've seen this clip, and yeah, they give her the wrong sandwich, or she orders the wrong sandwich or something, and she doesn't show anybody what she ordered, but then she eats the sandwich anyways. Does anybody else do that? Because if I get the wrong order, I'm automatically going to be like, something's horribly wrong with this food. I can't eat it. I can't put it in my mouth. I don't know why it's like this, and they obviously meant this for somebody else.
Oh no!
Oh, Lord.
I got the Mediterranean veggie sandwich. There's delicious hummus. There's like a pesto. This is like turkey with bacon and cheese. I'm really, really upset right now. Well,
Yeah, I just don't get it, my people. I don't know why. The edits are starting to, like, get into my brain zone, so I'm sorry if I start acting stupid for a minute there. But, like, honestly, the act of consumption, like, I'm not one to talk. I eat horribly. I eat so much food, and I'm not obese, so I don't know what, like, I am. I probably just eat food that's more on the healthier side. Like, I don't eat takeout, and when I eat a lot, it's usually a lot of, like, carbs or something. Like, and de novo lipogenesis is a pretty low metabolic pathway in humans. It has like a 30% energy cost on average going through metabolic pathways in the body. So if I eat excess like sugar or carbs, you can gain weight, but the likelihood is that it's a little bit less easy to do than eating like hyper processed, really high fat food, really, high calorie food. Sodas are able to bypass some of the scopes of de novo lipogenesis, though. So, obviously, there are things that you're just eating that are just really bad for you, and they can increase your risk of getting, obese, gaining weight excessively, etc. But I am not one to talk when it comes to, like, eating a lot of food, and I don't know, man. This is kind of weird, though. Like, I don't know why you would lie, just say what you get. I feel like she's just lying, but that's just my perspective.
How does this girl become so big? What does she eat?
See, the thing that weirds me out is I would totally eat the same portions of food. Commonly, I have eaten the same portions of food. Like, that minus the ball, because I ain't eating no balls, in more ways than one. But, like, in regards to, like, eating these portions of food, I would probably do the same thing. It would be kind of gross after a certain point. Like, the flavor would be just overload. Like, the idea of eating, like, this many nuggets, or more importantly, this many shrimpies, is kind of gross. Like, there's a certain point where the flavor's just gonna start grossing you out. But that's just my personal opinion. Saying that, I can still eat my body weight in food, so I don't really have the right to say, like, oh, you're eating too much. But physically, if it's starting to impair your well-being, you gotta change something. And obviously, like, the main thing with Amberlynn Reid is she doesn't really have the most honest track record from what I have seen about her, where she's honest about what she eats on an average basis. She, like, will admit later, like, oh, I actually binge ate these bags of chips and this ice cream and this hot Cheetos and I did a ramen packet and all this stuff. And then it'll be like, yeah, well, the meal you otherwise ate was big, but it wouldn't have caused excessive weight gain. All the other stuff in the binge eating causes weight gain. So, I have my sympathies because binge eating is a very bad emotional issue, and it does start in early childhood. And she has admitted that in her childhood, she would eat a lot of food in secret, I believe. I have not looked into Amberlynn Reid, though, in a while, so do pardon if I make any mistakes with this video. This is the weird thing, though. It's like there are so many animal products and, like, so much beige food. I feel like I would start losing my mind after a certain point. Like, there are stints where I'll just want nothing but spaghetti. Like, I'm an Italian, and it's kind of what we do. We're, like, all about those nudes. But, usually, like, there's a point where I'm like, I want a fruit or a vegetable. And in fact, I want more than just a fruit or a vegetable. Like, I need a salad or something, my guy. And it's like, there's a point where your diet is so hyper-processed that that is all that you crave. And I've had friends that are in that position where they literally don't eat fruits and vegetables. They end up in this weird situation where their family members, for whatever reason, out of convenience, out of being cheap, out of whatever, they just do not eat well. They eat, like, just basically hyper-processed dairy products, hyper-processed animal products, white carbohydrates, white pasta with, like, no, like, fiber to it, or a significantly lower amount of fiber to it. They don't eat, like, whole foods at all. And there's a point where it just is fucking gross.
I get salmon so long. I don't want them. I always eat these so fast. Way too fast.
These edits are grossing me out. I don't like the edits. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to complain about the edits. I know I'm supposed to judge the person where the edits surround, but for some reason, these edits are pissing me off a lot. And this is the thing. It's like, there's a point where it's like, yo, man, I get they prefaced it. I'm not trying to incessantly complain about something that is already disclaimed and told, like, hey, I edited this highly. But, like, where do the ideas for the edits come from? Like, you decide, like, this obese YouTuber who has a track record of other things we don't like, decides, like, oh, I'm gonna eat stuff on camera, and the angle is kind of off-putting. But to be fair, why would you, like, edit the burping is my question. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like some of it's a little bit out of taste, which is ironic because all of this is about eating food. But I don't know. Maybe that's my, like, delusional perception of, like, cheap edits. And I've seen a lot of worse videos, to be fair. I'm not trying to just, you know, diss this person, but, and also, it's so weird, there are so many Amberlynn Reid, like, compilation channels. It's kind of nice, because I don't know if she deserves the views herself, given the track record she's had, but, I don't know, man, I'm just not big on these edits. I apologize, but I am not big on these edits. Do pardon that. I don't mind the compilation and the pointing out of hypocrisy, but I do not particularly find myself enjoying these edits.
Way too fast. I'm like, where the crumbs at though?
Tomorrow is a Monday.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Oh yeah, in the wake of a diet, every day is a Monday.
We just got some ground beef. I'm gonna use 2 of these. I feel like the chili is gonna be like an all-day thing. Like, we haven't had breakfast. Like, I haven't eaten anything, and it's 3 o'clock. Okay, you guys, so the chili is...
That's also kind of not good, though. It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like, yeah, it's like setting you up to be able to eat a bigger portion if it's like, I haven't eaten all day, and I don't even use that excuse. I literally could eat nothing all day or everything all day, and I'll still eat big portions of food. So I'm not one to talk, but I think it is weird where it's like, you have to make all these excuses, and maybe it's because as a bigger YouTuber, like as an obese YouTuber, you have to be like explaining yourself a little more. But also, I don't know if it's just that or if it's the history of her channel where she has, like, these issues where she's, like, lied before or she's, like, not accurate with her timelines or anything like that, not accurate with her weight loss. So she has to make all these additional justifications to perpetuate the fact that she's going to eat the food. But then also, like, if you're going to have this much of a time jumping through hoops, wouldn't you rather just eat something different on camera, even if you're lying? Because you're lying anyways. Like, you've lied before. So why don't you just lie even more? This is my problem. It's like, I don't believe in lying. I think lying's bad. I don't like remembering my lies, and I don't like having to lie and then have to think about the fact that I lied. It's a big anxiety provoker. But if you're gonna lie already, why not just lie a little bit more? Like, that's what I don't get. It's like, if you're already lying, you can get away with lying even more, and then nobody can tell what the truth is because there is no truth. It's just lies.
Done. This is what it looks like. And I am going to be adding Colby and Monterey Jack cheese.
I don't know, man. Minus the cheese, because the cheese would do me in with a tummy full of sadness. The food doesn't look that bad. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm trash and I'll eat, like, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But I'm trying to get a good view of that consumable. I don't know, man. I know it's blurry, but it literally just looks like soup. Like, chili flavored soup. I'd probably make something in the similar neck of the woods of that. Maybe with a few modifications, a few extra vegetables, something other than the meat, maybe more bean. See, this is the thing. It's like, I guess I have a very bad perception of, like, what my excessive eating entails, because when I look at this, I'm like, this doesn't look appealing at all. I'd want to have something different in it, probably something on the healthier side of this, and this. And, like, you know, even so, I know that's my own bias and the way I was brought up, because my mom brought us up to a point where we were eating pretty healthily, but when I see this, I'm like, this doesn't really look that bad. It's like a bowl of chili. If you ate that, like, the caloric density, in spite of the cheese, in spite of everything else, it probably would equate to, like, 500 calories or something. Can't be that much. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe it's way more. But I don't think it would equate to that many calories. I don't know. And if you made that one meal out of your, like, 3 meals a day, completely unindecent. Especially if you're carrying around more body weight, because then your caloric output is going to be higher. Especially if you're eating just this. You could eat, like, probably a whole pot of chili a day, and you'd still lose weight. I don't know. I'm not saying that's good, because that does endorse her issues with, like, eating excessively, particularly with binge eating. But I'm just saying, like, I do not understand the issue with this meal. The issue is everything that comes outside of these meals.
Diet. I just hit myself in the face with it. Diet.
I've also hit myself in the face with phallic objects before. I don't know, man. The Diet Coke, that's the other thing. Is I don't think there's anything wrong with drinking Diet Coke if you're trying to lose weight. I kind of do, because I think it's terrible for human health. But that's just my own personal opinion. If you're going to drink Diet Coke, it's better than drinking, like, regular Coke if you're trying to lose weight. But the better thing is water, or lemon water. Put a little lemon inside of some water. Healthy pops, you know, like, little healthy poppy-doppy. You know, there are a lot of ways you can get around it, though. Like, I just think that maybe the excess or the consistency of inconsistent consumption is what perpetuates her to have so many issues with her weight. Because the binge eating, combined with the less healthy habits that are consistent, are what are going to give her an excessive caloric intake. It isn't this bowl of chili, the cheese on top of the chili, or the Diet Coke. So I don't know.
Diet. I will be having a diet.
Here we go again.
No sugar, no calories. I mean, let's try it. That is some actual cheese right there. What? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, the EU edits I don't get. Like, it's just cheese pull. People get off on that on YouTube all the time. Like, if you've seen Nikado Avocado or something like that, you'll see the, like, sploojums of consumables, or any other mukbanger on YouTube, the sploojums of consumables and sauce just writhing out of their mouth holes. And some people like that. I personally think it's disgusting. But, I don't know, man. If she's showcasing cheese on the channel, cheese pull's kind of, like, inevitable.
First meal. Road trip snack. It is peppered beef jerky. Jack Link says my absolute favorite, and we have a Diet Coke. So I'm gonna be scrumption down on this.
Thought you ate that.
Scrumption down. Babe, is that a word? Okay, I'm an idiot.
If you were actually going to treat that as a consistent meal, the caloric density of that's probably not that bad. It's terrible for you. It's got, like, no fiber. It's hyper-processed meat. And, you know, it's not good for you, especially combined with a fucking Diet Coke again. But, you know, either way, I don't really know if these foods are on their own the issue. Like, consistently, they would probably build up to be something unhealthy for the body. But weight loss-wise, I think that given what has been shown thus far, in spite of the large meals, in spite of the unhealthier snacks, if you're like 500 pounds, you should still be losing weight like this, I think. But this is the problem. It's like, one, this is a compilation of different days. And two, Amberlynn Reid does say that she has a consistent history of binge eating. So I think the binge eating really is what drives you to push yourself over the point. Also, I just don't understand. You must feel really like garbage because honestly, like, if you start eating healthy food and you try and eat like this level of unhealthy food, you feel like human garbage after a certain point in time. But if you're consistently used to just eating the unhealthy food, this must be completely normalized. It must be really difficult to actually go from having excessive high sugar intake, high hyper-processed food intake, hyper-palatable food intake, and a significant sum of, like, diet drinks, not drinking enough water, not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Like, this must really, like, be horrible, so much so to a point for your body, but you also, at the same time, are so used to it that you don't realize how bad you feel until you start eating well again.
Eating my first meal, so I got Mediterranean food. I'm actually starving.
Again, like, this is weird. This was, like, a really weird video. I remember this was blowing up on the internet, like, years ago. And the weird thing about this video, like, people were kind of theorizing that, like, this was, like, when she went on vacation, I think, or something. It's so hard to keep up with these because it's all the same video all the time. But it's like, she went on vacation, and then she just sat in a hotel room the whole vacation and just ate food. And it was, like, either an excuse to do some kind of feederism thing that some people were theorizing about. I'm not, obviously, I have no idea. But some people were theorizing it was a feederism thing. Some people were like, this is weird. Some people thought it was just so that she could get away with eating new foods in a different area, but still being, like, bedridden or something. There's just all this, like, conspiratorial stuff that surrounds Amberlynn Reid's channel, and I don't know where the truth lies. Oh, the chunks, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, please. Lord Jesus, save my soul. I'll be religious right now. I'll convert. Baptize me in the name of the Lord if you just get this puke chunk sound out of my ears.
So I wanted something sweet.
Yo, Ben & Jerry's is a naughty, naughty treat, my dudes. Legit, never understood why people were so obsessed with a Ben & Jerry. The density, the consumable element of it, the fact that it's like 1,250 to 1,300 calories or something like that per pint. It's like anywhere from like 1,190 to 1,300 or something calories. They're also so tiny. It's like you have to, most people eat the whole pint, right? Because they're so dainty pops. It's like, I don't know. Personally, I would eat the whole pint, but I tell myself the one thing we're not going to be getting into is the dairy.
Never had Panda Express before.
So I got their orange chicken, kung pao chicken, white rice, spring roll, and a chicken roll. So I am so ready for this. Let's do a little taste test. I'm going in for the orange chicken. I would show myself taking a bite, but I look like a crazy person right now. I have...
She was so much tinier in that video. That was like one of her first videos she must have put online. But look at the difference. I have to say, like, in spite of the judgments on Amberlynn Reid and everything that's gone down, it must be so, like, mortifying to find yourself in the past looking so much smaller and then going to gain, like, hundreds of pounds while you have a weight loss channel. It must be so screwed up. Like, your perception of reality must be so askew.
You can definitely tell it's not, like, authentic, but it's so good still.
Yeah, there's no authenticity to Panda Express. But the other thing is, I do not believe that this is the first time she's had Panda Express. Okay? I didn't even live in a country that had Panda Express, and I even have had it before. Like, come on, my people. Like, that doesn't make any bamboozling sense. Maybe this is the first time she's had Panda Express, but she does act like she's never had X, Y, and Z before, and then there's other videos that show that she's having the same thing. So it's so weird. It's like she's playing it up for the camera constantly, but it doesn't make any sense.
Just save this for later, I guess. I'm having Indian food.
Like, this is the thing. This is all in, like, one stint of video, like, sequences where she's, like, just doing this excessive consumption for, like, a few days or something. And it's like, yo, there's a point where it's a lot.
This is chicken tikka masala, plain naan bread. And this is a samosa. I already ate one.
I'm judging her already. She didn't get the garlic naan. The garlic naan hits hard, man. I'm just being honest. Garlic naan's way better tasting, in my opinion.
I'm gonna show you the inside of this.
What's with the moaning, too? Because this is another thing. It's like food moaning. Is it that pleasurable to consume in such a way? It's either so excessively pleasurable that it results in you legitimately displaying it through verbal output, or it's just playing it up for the camera. Or maybe for a fetishized sort, but I don't know. Dude, when I lived in Port Coquitlam, there was this, like, little offbeat little, like, place where you could get just samosas and a bunch of other, like, fried Indian food. Indian food in Canada is really big. We have a lot of Indian influence there, and the, like, food was so good.
Hi.
Holy shit.
Is this a pleasurable output for people to eat one bag of chips excessively? Like, when I was a kid, I would go to the corner store, get a massive bag of, like, Chex Mix-esque type stuff, like, just, like, you know, like, whatever. Some kind of mix of deliciousness. And I'd get, like, a big thing of, like, some kind of, like, juice. And I would chill vibe and eat that while I'd, like, sit in my bedroom and hang out. And, I would be able to get through a lot of it, but no way could I finish that bag. No way. It's just, like, you get bored with the flavor after a point in time. It's not even on the basis of hunger. You're just bored with it. This would be so boring after a certain point to consume. That's just my opinion. I know it's all opinionated stuff, but we all just have opinions on here for this kind of thing. It's like, what's the best weight loss habit? What's the best, food consumption habit? I don't know.
I really am trying to lose weight. I'm down 14 pounds. I did the hot Cheeto challenge. For the rest of the day, I made sure to eat better, like salad and whatnot like that. I saw some of the comments and people were like,
You better have eaten a salad after that.
boo, I did. That's what I had for dinner. Where's my salad? I forgot to order salad. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I understand that I'm, like, on my deathbed or whatever, what have you, but what is working for me is working for me.
This is the other thing, is, like, why on earth, if you know, even so, that you are on your deathbed because your body weight is so out of control, that you would consistently decide to not underconsume as much as possible? Like, if you have the opportunity to save your own life or eat a bag of hot Cheetos, which will inevitably delay the excessive weight that you can lose during a point in time, why would you do that? I understand that our addictions and habits can drive us to do inappropriate things that are not good for our well-being. Smoking, drinking, I don't know, excessive naughty times in the bedroom, whatever. But when it comes to, like, you being morbidly obese, and all you have to do is not eat these things for a while and just eat healthier things, I just don't know, like, what the driving force is to continue eating those things, although she's grown up her whole life doing it, so it would require a massive overhaul and change to her, like, entire habit system. So maybe that is what it is.
I'm sure a lot of you remember I weighed myself about a month ago and I wouldn't tell anyone what it is. I felt very sad and down about it. I actually weighed 497. 497. That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, would you, like, I know this is all inconsistent on the timeline, okay? But if you found yourself to be, say even 100 pounds overweight, what would you do? Because the most I think I've ever gotten to be overweight-wise, and do pardon the dogs, the most I've gotten to be, like, overweight-wise is probably, like, 30 or 40 pounds. And that's when I've done, like, weight training, and gained just a bunch of weight. Just a bunch of weight. It was like a bulk, a naughty little bulk. But even so, like, I could not get above, like, 170. And even now, it's like, I don't think I can get above, like, 145. I think I just tend to max out after a certain point. But it's like, there is a certain point where you're just going to keep gaining weight if you keep eating this way. Like, I could become obese if I ate like this. And I just don't understand how you get to a point where this is all you eat. Other than the fact that now I do think about it, and I'm like, if you were raised your entire life eating this way, it would be the hardest thing to break. This is kind of disappointing. Like, this kind of mindset to have around food is really sad. Food, in my opinion, like, I love food. I make food a big part of my life, my day, my evening, my night. Food is big for me. I wake up and I want food. Sometimes I'll wake up at like fucking 5 in the morning and want some spaghetti, alright? It's just what life is. But when I think about like the excesses of consumption, and to a point, if I were to gain excessive amounts of weight from my antics, then I would be like, time to rein it in a little bit. Time to not eat at least a bag of Cheetos or something. Like, even if you don't have the perfect diet, there's a point where you can literally lose weight eating almost anything, when you're like 500 pounds. So I'm just so curious as to what drives these people, particularly Amberlynn Reid, to just keep eating. Because she's only one of millions of people who do this. Or at least hundreds of thousands of people who do this. There are so many obese individuals who literally normalize eating excessive amounts of hyper-processed food, and also will find themselves in denial, in a state of almost narcissism. Not trying to say that she's a narcissist, but it's like, no matter what it is, denial, ignorance, literally ego fueling, whatever it is, there's a point where your, like, mortality will hit you harder than all of those feelings combined in a perfect world. A lot of people just let it consume them, I guess. They let consumption consume them. But, like, it's kind of mind-blowing because this is not a normal lifestyle to live. And we don't have what is considered a normalized lifestyle. Like, there is no baseline for consumption. There's no baseline for exercise. We are given government recommendations on a common basis for like caloric intake, meal consistency, portion sizing, and movement and activity. But it's so inconsistent and somewhat subjective. So there's no like way that without some level of external knowledge, you can actually figure out what you need to do for yourself. Like if you just followed government recommendations, I don't know where you would end up. But definitely on the basis of portion sizing, she could probably do better. And this is the thing, it's like, I don't really care about judging her food. I care more about judging the habit that comes around it, because it's obviously a big deal to her to eat a certain way. It's obviously driven into her head that she eats a certain way because she's always eaten a certain way, and now it's catching up with her. And I know she's lost weight before. Okay, I literally am finding only, like, a bunch of other stuff. Jeez Louise. Glitter and Lasers is another one that's a fun one. We should go on to a bunch of channels that I used to watch when I was a kid, actually. This would be so fun. But anyways, point being made, I can't find ALR's channel. I'm just gonna... Amberlynn Reid. I literally can't find her channel, which is just funny. I'm trying, my people. I'm trying. I literally can't find her channel anywhere. I filter it, maybe? Filter her. Oh my god, I found her. I found her, my people. Amazing. 232,000 subscribers. Well, she's still getting views and stuff. I made a huge mistake. Let's go to Walmart, Olive Garden, and the casino. What I eat on a cheat day. How I feel about my exes. Monthly weight update. A huge Trader Joe's haul. Like, if she actually were, like, losing weight, I think she would just say, I lost weight. Was I 600 pounds? The truth. And cute new blanket vlog. We'll take a look-see pop at some of these things. This is the gateway to the end of my life. But, like, the reality is, again, your habits are really powerful, but you can always change them. And I really hope that she does find success with herself, because at the end of the day, in spite of her actions, an early death, to be grazed with mortality at a young age, it's truly unfortunate, and it's inevitable if you don't make a change. Like, this is the problem. It's like, she's not going to realize until it's too late. She's already got all these medical issues. She's got, like, lymphedema, all kinds of, like, health issues, infections and stuff that she's talked about on her channel, and it's because of her weight and her poor diet. So, you know, hopefully she can overcome that over a course of time. But it's just disappointing, because I don't know if she's losing weight or anything like that. I have no idea. Hopefully she is, but, you know, I don't know. The reality is, though, her eating habits are so beyond the scope of my understanding. And it's like, I'm not trying to judge in this regard, because I have no medical certifications. I studied dietetics in Canada, but, like, I have no medical certifications. And also, I don't even know how useful they are, and I don't know what level of help she's gotten. Like, she said she's had therapists and dietitians online and stuff like that, but I don't know how truthful that is. And even so, even if she has everything or nothing, her habits are just so bad for her. Like, again, like, we all have destructive habits. Like, I'm not here to act like the martyr for, like, perfect habits and, you know, perfect mindsets and stuff around food or exercise or whatever, or smoking or drinking or all of the excessive naughty things that I'm sure we as humans commonly do. But there is a point where it's like, you have to put your foot down. Like, you have to just stop. and you have to get professional help. Like, at this point, I don't even know if she knows how to lose weight. Like, I don't know if she knows how to, like, change her habits to lose weight, because her, like, you know, she's raised like this. Her denial is so grand. So if this is the case, then how is she going to overcome it? I just do not understand. Anyways, I don't know. She needs professional help, in my opinion, but I don't know shit. I'm not professional. I'm not a professional, so I don't know anything, and none of us do. So nothing matters, and obviously let's just appeal to futility and keep posting on YouTube. But anyways, that's the video, my people. Tell me what you think about Amberlynn Reid in the comments below, and if you want to, like, pop a bunch of stuff down there, tell me kind of, like, the breakdown of the current antics that be. I have not looked at this channel in years, and I don't really know if I'd ever want to again, because it's kind of depressing. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time, my people. That was the video, so, yeah. Slater.